So, chapter 5, we're going to be talking about this other type of business uh, which sells goods. Okay, so you can say there's two major categories of businesses: service providers and those businesses that deal in goods. Okay, so one of them is a manufacturer, which we're basically gonna be covering in the next class, 187. Okay, we're not really gonna talk about the accounting for manufacturers too much here because it's a little involved. This type of business deals also in goods, but they're not making them. They're just selling them to consumers or to other businesses. Okay, so this is what we call merchandising business. So we're going to describe the business model. So we're going to talk about, what a uh, what a merchandiser does. Okay, and it's multiple. It's not just one type of merchandiser. Okay, so we're going to talk about kind of the two major class of business models for merchandiser. Um, there are new additional accounting issues that are going to be involved with a merchandising business. Okay, so we're going to have to deal with inventory essentially. Okay, so we're going to talk about when inventory is purchased. Okay, there's a set of uh, kind of accounting treatments for when you are in a merchandising business and you're buying inventory. And then there's a separate set of transactions in accounting when you're selling those items to your customer. Okay, so the interesting thing about a merchandising business is that they're both customers and they're providing the goods for their customers. Okay, so we'll have to differentiate because the accounting is a little different when the business is the customer versus when it's the seller. Okay, so we'll talk about the different kind of situations there. There's some adjusting entry kind of specific things for merchandising businesses, and it's really just because we have new accounts that are involved. Okay, so we'll talk about what some of the adjusting entries are for this new kind of situation that we're encountering. We'll talk about how merchandisers typically lay out their financial statements, and particularly the income statement. I think we've touched on this a little bit. We looked at Costco, but we'll just revisit that to make sure we're clear about that. And then we'll talk about the financial ratio, the gross profit, um, because really the key kind of business model for merchandisers is this: buy low, sell high. That's what they're doing. So you want to see how well you're doing that.